To introduce Undersecretary of Defense Dr. Colin Kahl, who will provide
would fund training. And is the U.S. going to expand training? Give us a picture of U.S. training for Ukraine down the road.
The strike was necessary to protect and defend U.S. personnel in Syria, which have been the targets of several recent attacks by Iran-backed militia groups, including the most recent ones on August 15th. Our response was proportionate and precise. It was designed to minimize the risk of casualties, and it responded to the nature of the attacks by Iran-backed militia groups. We cannot accept further attacks on our personnel. This operation is a demonstration that the United States will not hesitate to defend itself against Iranian and Iran-backed aggression when it occurs. Our response was, I think, extraordinarily carefully calibrated. It was meant to be proportional to the attacks that the Iran-backed groups carried out on August 15th. It was very precise. We had essentially scoped out 11 bunker targets on this site. We ended up prosecuting 9 of them because shortly before the strike, there was new evidence that there might be individuals near 2 of the other bunkers. So we held off striking those out of an abundance of caution because our goal was not to produce casualties in this instance. Our commitment to push back against Iran's support for terrorism, militancy, and the threats that they engage in against our people in the region or elsewhere are not linked to wherever we end up on the nuclear deal. But whether the JCPOA is reborn or not, it actually has nothing to do with our willingness and resolve to defend ourselves. And I think the strike last night was a pretty clear communication to the Iranians that these things are on different tracks. Part of it's an accumulation. That we don't want Iran to draw the wrong conclusion that they can continue just doing this and get away with it. But part of it was also the nature of the attacks on the 15th, the fact that they were coordinated against 2 U.S. facilities at the same time, the fact that we believe we have Iran dead to rights on attribution, the UAV parts that we've collected, for example, traced directly back to Tehran. So I think our concern was that this might be an indication that Iran intends to do more of this, and we wanted to disabuse them of any sense that that was a good idea.